conspiring with Democrats isn't playing well at home for Dustin Burrows. This is Thursday, January 9th, 2025.
Texas Scorecard presents the day's first news for the Lone Star State, the Texas Minute, with your host, Michael Quinn Sullivan.
Thanks for spending part of your Thursday with the Texas Minute. A Planned Parenthood employee is no longer working for the Texas Medical Board. More on that coming up. Attorney General Ken Paxton has revealed that 3 major United States banks have now withdrawn from the UN-led Net Zero Banking Alliance. This comes on the heels of Paxton's investigation into their potential violations of state law. Launched back in 2021, the Net Zero Banking Alliance is comprised of financial institutions that are, quote, committed to aligning their lending, investment, and capital markets activities with net zero greenhouse gas emissions by 2050. Texas law prohibits state governmental entities from entering into contracts with companies that boycott the oil and gas industry. The financial institution's membership in the NZBA raised questions about their compliance with this law. It turns out that these financial institutions would rather do business with Texas than fight Texas. The Texas Department of Public Safety has been ordered by Governor Greg Abbott to increase anti-terrorism resources after a man from Houston committed a deadly terror attack in New Orleans. Among other things, DPS will be supporting local agencies with workshops on how to deter and respond to terror attacks. The governor has also directed the DPS to assess the Texas Capitol for vulnerabilities to terror attacks and to provide security enhancement recommendations. Following outrage from citizens and lawmakers, an employee of Planned Parenthood is no longer the medical director of the Texas Medical Board. It was revealed just last month that Robert Brett has worked for Planned Parenthood of South Texas since 2011, where he oversees the operation and administration of their laboratory. Brett joined the Texas Medical Board in 2012 as the medical director and has been paid $185,000 annually by taxpayers. The Texas Medical Board, of course, oversees the practice of medicine in the Lone Star State. Republican State Representative Briscoe Cain of Deer Park urged the TMB to fire Brett, and his colleague Brian Harris in Midlothian threatened to defund the TMB if Brett wasn't removed. Yesterday, Harrison was informed that Brett no longer works for the TMB. The lawmaker said he now wants an investigation to determine how Brett was allowed to assume the position in the first place. It's unclear if Brett either resigned or was terminated. The TMB didn't respond to inquiries on the matter. The Texas Minute will be right back.
The odds of winning the lottery are already slim.
Get ready to play the games of Texas.
But in 2023, with the third largest jackpot on the line, it became nearly impossible for the average Texan to win. It turns out, it's hard to compete against an international gambling syndicate buying up $25 million worth of tickets. How did they pull it off? You might be shocked to learn with the help of the Lottery Commission itself. That's just one of the stories we're uncovering in Season 9 of Exposed. We're pulling back the curtain on the rigged games, political corruption, and corporate scandals that have plagued the Texas Lottery for years. Listen to Exposed, Gateway Drug, and discover the truth behind the numbers.
Exposed, Season 9. Available now, wherever you get your podcasts.
State Representative Dustin Burrows is currently attempting to execute a Democrat-powered bid for Speaker of the Texas House. A new poll, though, finds that that's causing trouble for him at home in Lubbock. A new poll commissioned by Texans United for a conservative majority finds only 31% of likely Republican voters approve of Burrows, compared to 37% of his voters who disapprove of him. In political circles, this is known as being underwater, and it indicates that a politician is susceptible to losing a re-election bid. The same poll found 57% of HD 85 voters said they would vote for a conservative alternative to Burrows after after learning about his plan to use Democrats to gain the speakership despite losing the Republican nomination back in December. Currently, more Democrat lawmakers are supporting Burrows than Republicans. The Texas House GOP caucus has rallied around State Representative David Cook of Mansfield as their nominee. You can find the details of this story and the others mentioned today and keep up with the latest news by visiting TexasScorecard.com. This edition of the Texas Minute was based on the original reporting of Luca Cacciatore, Valerie Munoz, Emily Medeiros, and Brandon Waltons. Nick Shepard put the Texas Minute together and got it delivered to your ears this morning. I look forward to seeing you out around the Lone Star State. Have a great day.
Thanks for listening to the first news of the day for the Lone Star State. This has been the Texas Minute with your host, Michael Quinn Sullivan.